The rain poured heavily over the long driveway of the mansion that once echoed with laughter and love. The black car stopped suddenly as the man behind the wheel, Daniel Carter, a millionaire businessman, stared through the windshield in disbelief. He had returned home unannounced after months abroad, hoping to surprise his family. But what he saw broke him to the core. Two little boys, about 6 years old, sat on the wet grass near the oak tree. Their tiny bodies trembled, their faces were pale, and their clothes were soaked. They held each other tightly, crying uncontrollably in the cold rain. Daniel's heart dropped. He slammed the car door open and ran toward them. Evan. Eli. "Oh my God, what are you doing out here?" he cried, kneeling beside them. The boys looked up through tears. "Daddy. Mommy left us. She said she didn't want us anymore." Daniel froze. His breath hitched. His wife, Clara, the woman he trusted his heart and home with, had abandoned their sons. He couldn't believe it. He wrapped both children in his arms, ignoring the rain that drenched his expensive suit. The boys clung to him, shivering but finding comfort in his warmth. "I'm here now, my boys. You're safe. Daddy's home." The mansion behind them looked cold and empty, a shell of what used to be a happy home. Daniel carried the twins inside, their small hands clutching his shirt tightly. The moment he stepped in, silence filled the air. The once vibrant living room was half empty. Drawers were left open, photo frames missing. Clara had taken her belongings, and left her children behind. Daniel sat the boys on the couch and wrapped them in a blanket. "When did Mommy leave?" he asked softly. Evan sniffled. "She said she was going away. She packed her bags, and told us to wait outside. She said someone would come for us." Daniel clenched his fists. Someone would come for us. His heart burned with rage and sorrow. How could the woman he loved abandon their children like this? He walked upstairs to their bedroom. Everything of Clara's was gone, her clothes, her jewelry, even the family portrait that hung above the bed. Only a letter remained on the nightstand. Daniel picked it up with trembling hands. "Daniel, I can't do this anymore. You're always busy, always away. The love we had is gone. I've found someone else. The boys remind me too much of the life I no longer want. I'm sorry." The letter fell from his hand. His eyes filled with tears. The woman he built an empire for had left not only him, but their innocent children. Downstairs, he heard the boys whispering to each other, asking if their mother would ever come back. Daniel walked to them and knelt down, pulling them close again. "Listen to me, my sons. You don't ever need to cry again. I'll never leave you. I promise." He kissed their foreheads, his voice breaking with emotion. That night, he stayed awake, sitting beside their bed as they slept. He watched them breathe, their faces peaceful for tea. The first time in days. In the silence, Daniel made a vow: he would change everything. Money meant nothing if his children were not happy. From that night, he dedicated his life to being both father and mother to them. Weeks passed. Daniel quit his overseas contracts, worked from home, and started cooking breakfast for his boys. They would laugh again, slowly healing from the pain their mother had caused. He played with them, taught them to read, and tucked them into bed every night. But deep inside, Daniel knew he had changed too. He had learned the hardest lesson of life: love cannot be bought with success, it must be built with time and care. One day, months later, Clara called. She said she wanted to see the boys. But Daniel said calmly, "They don't need you anymore. They've already found their home, in my heart." As he hung up the call, he looked at his sons running around the garden, laughing under the same oak tree where he had once found them crying in the rain. He smiled, tears filling his eyes again, but this time, they were tears of pride. He whispered softly, "Sometimes, God breaks us so we can rebuild stronger. And I'll never take family for granted again." The camera zooms out slowly, showing the once broken father now holding both sons, their laughter echoing through the garden. The rain that once brought pain now fell like a blessing from the sky. Like, share, and subscribe for more.